Yeah.
There's this excellent book called Infinite Games. Have you guys heard of it? I have it. I don't remember the author's name, but it's all about basically like choosing your role as a player or as a serious person. And I don't think that play always has to do with like meaningless sort of like chance. I think that play at its best is placed within a process with an end result already chosen, like in a design process, or like if you can insert, like play is almost it's a fundamental element in the process of making something that works.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I have a little bit of a different sense of like what the word play means. I feel like
I think play is one of those words that like has become too big for its own good. Like it's trying to say too much. And we shouldn't use it anymore.
I think it's interesting. I think I tend to associate play with the sort of Dionysian creative, irrational side, and to associate seriousness with the opposite of that. It'd be interesting, maybe for the next one of these conferences, to try to engage with very, very serious creative art making paired with extremely silly academics.
Yeah.
See what would happen.
I like that.
I noticed that when you asked us to be playful the first time, I felt like that it wasn't playful.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that, and I think it's because play might always have to involve some kind of relationship. And since, like, I mean, a person can be playful alone, I suppose, but I think that when that happens, the person's always imagining another person being playful with their objectified self or something.
Objects.
Yeah, or like dancing in front of the mirror or something like that, or like singing in order to hear one's own voice, so then the person is split. So like, I just feel like there is, I don't know to what degree it has to be present, but I think there has to be an audience maybe.
For play?
Or, yeah, some kind of relationship. I don't know if it's a performer-audience relationship.
Do you think it maybe has to do with just like determining it yourself? Like I can't have fun when you say go. Like I couldn't. I was like.
Well, I think the whole. I think it was what I was saying. I think the whole like atmosphere that we were in was just serious. You know, you can't just like break out of that if like we're in a serious mode. You know, like you can't just like, all right, break away from it. It's like you can't. You know.
But when you asked us to break off into groups, like I expected that there would be some kind of playfulness that happened, and I think that it did.
Huh. That's interesting. So something shifted in the environment that was able to initiate play.
Yeah, just in the slightest degree.
Yeah.
But I think that generally, probably the interactions were a little bit playful. But just being asked to be playful on one's own, next to other people. I don't know.
Can we use the word fun in place of play, or is that not important?
Yeah, I think that gets at one important part of it. Or maybe that gets it entirely.
It's hard for me to like make that like direct contrast to seriousness. Like seriousness can be fun.
Like really,
But maybe for like it can be enjoyable, right? It could be
fun.
Unless you're now saying seriousness is exactly not that. I think shifting seriousness a little bit from where we were before.
I mean,
serious things can be pleasurable or enjoyable, but that might be different than fun.
I had the most fun playing soccer, but I also had this experience of realizing that I really wanted us to win.
Yes.
And that was serious.
Yeah.
And I had this realization that the women were better at coordinating to each other.
Yeah.
And it made me feel bad on some level. Like,
You're really getting deep in there.
It's funny because like this supports the idea that sort of the world of play and the world of seriousness are these two different worlds that just can't intersect. Like you wanted to win, but that wanting to win is just so much separate from any other part of your life. It's like wanting to win within this very particular enclosed environment and space.
But maybe like that example is almost like for me at least, almost like the perfect microcosm of how things should be, which is that at the end of the day, what we were doing was goofing around playing soccer.
Right.
But like he injected just the right amount of like care into the activity, so that it wasn't just like I'm doing whatever. He like put himself in a little bit, but not so much that he's like crying when we lost or something. Like it's not. He wasn't crippled by the fact that we were unsuccessful at it. But it wasn't just like they're like okay, that happens.
Because then that bleeds into your real life.
So-
You know.
It's the structure around it also. Like when you're just kicking the ball around right in the beginning, it's like it has less meaning than when you actually set up grouped into teams and like had a purpose. Like it all of a sudden
Yeah, yeah.
became more fun.
Yeah.
And games almost always have end goals.
Yeah. So that goes
And
entirely
structure.
against what I was
And
saying about
rules.
improvisation, that you need
Right.
Need
structure
structure,
for
yeah.
play.
Yeah, you need
So,
rules. People
back to
don't
the
get.
beginning.
People aren't comfortable with ambiguity.
Yeah.
Children are. I mean,
Yeah, that's
children are,
true.
like, I think that the theory of play, like, kind of started, one theory of play started at the turn of the 19th century. This woman who taught improv to children in improvisational games. And of course, okay, those had structure, sure. But she found that these kids were just so good at making up their own games without even talking. And they were just totally cool with, like, being in this structureless room and not afraid to fail because, of course, they weren't burdened with adult worries. And they could be vulnerable and just enjoy
But
whatever
don't
happens.
I don't know anything about this, but I feel like when I was a kid, I didn't have to take games. Like I could make up a game, but I'd make up a structure.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? Like I'd make up some set of constraints
But-
in which to play that game.
But not necessarily like the notion of like playing pretend, which is a thing when you're a kid and not a thing when you're an adult. Like
Right.
playing pretend has like no purpose.
Right.
What's like
Exactly.
now it'd be like okay,
Yeah.
let's pretend that we are two things that we are not, and let's just go engage in activities that and it'd be like, why would I do that? Like why would that just a waste of my time? What?
You do that in therapy session.
Right. But so which is a very serious advice.
Or the second
um,
Second Life is interesting because it's basically that, but it doesn't have a goal. Like Second Life is not a game in the sense that there's like no way to win.
But you could do like an entire psychological whatever about people who like really deeply invest themselves in that, because then it's the question of like why would they feel the need to like have literally an entire other life that, like you said, kind of doesn't, like the things that they earn and like the relationships that they forge are not actually tangibly there. I mean,
There should
you-
be an
I
entire
guess you could-
conference on Second Life, by the way.
Yes,
Holy
that's-
crap.
that's-
Yeah.
but I don't even remember what I was talking about. Cool, so great.